This is Lindsay. It's Saturday, February 21st, 2026. And so, got to document this. This morning I was on well, first of all, I decided I was going to sleep until at least, I got up at like, I don't know, maybe 6 o'clock, 5:30, a little later than normal. But I needed the rest. My body was in need of the rest. And then I showered, got up and showered, and I had to, so that, so I showered, and then I did, made prepared my breakfast, which consisted of some fruits and some energy protein bar thing, and then I went about my grooming a little bit, messing with my hair, which can often take a long time, but for me it's like a therapeutic ritual. So I was doing that. I could have been I think I would. I feel like I was a hairdresser in a past life, or maybe I should have been. It's just something I enjoy messing around with, as I've talked about before, my hair, and experimenting with things having to do with my hair. My So anyway, I was doing all that, doing my what I like to do, a routine, a ritual, more a ritual. It's like a ritual for me. These things in the mornings, and it's a good thing. I thank my higher power that I do live alone and that I have my privacy, because I can assure you that if I lived with somebody else, I would not be able to function. I would go absolutely insane, like living with other people. I can't do it. I hate it. And it's something that my solitude, my rituals, and my inner peace requires complete solitude of the things that I do. It really does, mostly. And, people might call that avoidant personality, antisocial, this, that, and the other. I don't really care, because the labels, to me, don't really make any sense. It's just there are certain people who just prefer to be alone. They are loners by choice, and because I have such deep connection with myself, and I'm so content with myself being alone, that I don't need distractions. I don't need the validation of other people anymore. That took me a while. I've gone through phases where I was seeking attention and approval and validation, and then finding that I was actually in competition without really even wanting to be or trying to be. I felt like, for example, the environment in the gym was like forcing me to compete, not only but competing mostly with myself, trying to prove to myself that I could do certain things, to the point that I was overly exhausting myself, mostly because of all the driving and the stress and anxiety and all the physiological stress like that raises your cortisol levels so high. And then, not to mention the fact that I'd get home and I'd have to prepare a meal or could go to the store and all that, which is also, when you're all that fucking driving, pardon my language, on the freeway with all the stupid ass, silly ass fucking drivers in this city that don't know how to drive, who are intentionally trying to cause me accidents on a daily basis. I couldn't do it. I was like, no, I'm going to either die in a car accident, or I just can't do this anymore. It's not worth it. It's not worth my getting killed in some car accident because someone else is trying to run me over by going 90 fucking miles an hour on the freeway. And in that little car, I'd be dead. It's not worth it. So I was losing my mind, and then the stress of this man who was coming, basically forcing me into doing shit that I didn't, a fake into that whole fucking thing where he was being paid to be a handler and me doing things to be his slave, but his sex slave, or a slave to his demands and desires. I was being used, taken advantage of, and exploited, and it was too much. People can't handle that kind of that amount of stress, and then being fucking lied to and used and treated like a doormat, like an object, all at the same time. How can somebody go through that without absolutely going fucking crazy? Is what I want. I don't know how I managed that long without taking a fucking gun to my head or getting killed. Because these people, like I said, these gang stalker, government harasser type, whatever you want to call them, perverted stalker perpetrator types, predators, they do have an agenda, and the agenda was to have me killed. That's for sure. And they failed. He failed. He and his girlfriend or wife, whatever the fuck that girl is, his fiance, they fucked up and they failed. Whatever insurance policy you tried to get on me, or lying and forging documents saying that whatever the fuck his plan was involved with my so-called family, and I believe my sibling, half-sibling, and maybe even my cousin was involved, or my aunt, and it failed, and it's gonna backfire. Because they lied, they exploited me, and they wanted me dead, and they wanted to take credit for my fucking work, for my energy, and my story, my life story that they've used. And it's my story, it's my life. It's all real. It's a 100% truth about all this shit that other people try to get credit for. What I've done, what I've conquered, what I've learned, what I have discovered through my own work. My own work, with some help of some other people, probably some people who have influenced me, and others who I've paid to help me professionally. And so there, I don't need to explain myself. I don't need to fucking over-explain myself. I'm doing this for my own documentation. But that's my problem, is that I over-explain myself. I try to explain to people who don't give a shit, nor do they begin to even comprehend what I'm talking about, so it's a waste of fucking time. But not for me. It's good that I document this so that I know what's going on, because that's all that matters at the end of the day, is that I know what the fuck is going on and that I see it for what it is. I couldn't care less what other people think or say anymore. I've gotten way beyond that, way beyond that, to the point that it doesn't affect me anymore. I don't get hurt. If I cry, it's something that's personal, and I don't share that with people. But I have reasons why I get upset and get emotional, but it's none of anybody's goddamn business, since they're watching everything I do in this house via hidden cameras or whatever, which is illegal and very, very, very perverted, or what. That infuriates me more than you can imagine, being spied on and watched in my own home. You can't begin to imagine how much I hate that. But nonetheless, so this morning I'm on by the time I get on the treadmill and start doing my routine. And by the way, it's not just like a fucking little treadmill that I jog. The thing I like about my treadmill is that I've talked about it before. It's beyond just what a regular treadmill is. So it's not like I'm just running nowhere on a treadmill. This is like a machine that's actually an amazing machine that's not just a treadmill. So get that through your heads. It's not like some, I don't, people make fun of, oh, you're just on a treadmill running in circles or like a hamster wheel. No, it's not like that, so fuck you. You don't fucking know, so shut the fuck up, you people that criticize me all the time, just like they did at the fucking gym for that long, making fun of me. Which, who gives a shit about that anyway? But I got used to all the harassment, stalking, criticism, mockery. For years and years, I put up with that shit. And I don't have to anymore. And like I said, I couldn't care less what people think. So fucking what? Who gives a shit? Not what a waste of fucking time worrying about what people think. So yeah, so the treadmill. I was on the treadmill, and then I decided, okay, I'm gonna put a tapestry over the fucking window, over the door, so that the peeping Tom, i.e. Luis Valdez, doesn't distract me today, so that he doesn't see me, so that I have some privacy, because once again, he'll show up on his way to work around whatever time before he goes, supposedly where he goes his fucking job at Saks. I'm convinced that this guy is working as an escort or some kind of a male, something that's way beyond just working in a shoe department. He's involved with something obviously that's way beyond just that. The clients that he meets, the fucking expensive red shoe crap, this Louis, it happens to be his name, that the brand of those fancy fucking expensive red bottom shoes that Mark Passio talked about, that I used to listen to. Before I ever met this perpetrator, I was listening to a lot of Mark Passio, What on Earth is Happening, and I had a few of those recorded on my MP3 player that I'd listen to at the gym. And he talked about that red shoe crap, how these pedophiles in the empty pool, the pool with no water, how they drain the blood of these children, because it's a pedophile satanic network this is shit that they do. These wealthy elitist people that get into all kinds of adrenochrome crap, and they kill children, and they're all into designer brands and fancy shoes, and one of the brands is that Louis Christian, whatever the fuck brand, red bottom shoe. It just so happens that Luis Valdez works in the shoe department, and he used to always brag about those fucking red shoes, and about how some of these women would come in there and buy $5,000 or $6,000 worth of shoes and handbags, and it's like he would brag and brag and brag about how much money he would make, and and she was bending over, and I couldn't help but look up her dress, and I felt a hard on her. I got excited right there. It's like, what the fuck are you telling me all this stuff for? He would talk about how these women clients would go into the shoe department and bend over intentionally so he could look up their skirt or shit like that. Just stuff to try to get me to react. All the perverted, disgusting things that he would do to me to make me feel jealous or insecure or whatever. Meanwhile, he's bragging about all this goddamn name brand shit and about all his rich clients at fucking Saks Fifth, perverted avenue, whatever. Human trafficking, money laundering, whatever fucking Saks Fifth Avenue shit. Thinking I'm so goddamn dumb to not put two and two together. So yeah, I'm sure that beyond just working at he's acts like a fucking whore. He acts like a male prostitute, it's really, his behavior is so fucking utterly vile, rude, and disgusting. So he comes over today once again to interrupt me on purpose, to try to fucking distract me or waste my time. And so he's knocking on the door. So I was like, I had the door covered up, the window with the tapestry, and he's not, and as soon as I open the door a crack, and he pushes he's like, let me come in. I'm like, no, he's got his fucking coffee mug crap. So he comes in, and he's like, oh, ew, I don't like this. I can't see you. Starts picking on me about the fact that I've got the tapestry covering the door windows. And then he is picking on me about that. Oh, you got a new chair. What's in the box? Oh, it's a new chair. And then he walks over to the table and makes fun of my tarot cards and fucking laughing at that. And then he proceeds to start taking off his fucking clothes and walking around half naked. He walks into my room, starts taking off his fucking clothes, getting on my bed, sitting. I said, get out of here. Get out of my room. Get off my bed. Get the fuck out of here. And I didn't cuss at him. I just said, leave. I'm not, get out of here. You're not invited here, and quit. He's like, oh, I'll call in late to work. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I need it. I need you. I need you. I said, I don't fucking care what you need. Get out of here. I'm busy and I'm working, so please get out of here. Okay? So he came over because he wanted his fucking dick sucked like I'm a fucking prostitute. He acts like a goddamn entitled male fucking whore. Okay? He acts like a fucking disgusting prostitute. He's very disrespectful. He has no integrity. He has no respect for my boundaries. He's very entitled, very rude, very demanding, and very much like a goddamn predator. So he's walking around like, in his black pants and his black t-shirt, bragging about how his clothes are falling out. He's losing so much weight that his clothes don't fit anymore. And I'm like, yeah, because you're fucking snorting cocaine. Look at you. Look at your eyes. They're all dilated. His eyes, pupils are all large. He's on so much goddamn cocaine. It's obvious that he's on some kind of fucking cocaine. It's real evident that he's doing cocaine or some shit like that because he's so hyperactive and losing like so much weight so rapidly that it's like, well, what the fuck are you? What are you? What drugs are you on? He's a fucking liar. He's a two-faced liar. And then I said something about, well, Lewis, I saw your goddamn Facebook. Now, why do you keep coming over here when I already know what you're all about? And I know that you're involved with that Nydia Cardenas on your fucking Facebook. It's right there. So stop fucking lying to me and leave me the fuck alone. He's like, you're my girlfriend. I want you. I need you. I want to be with you. I said, no, I'm not your girlfriend. And no, I don't. Quit telling me what to do. Stop it, and leave. But I want to, can I come over tonight when I get off work? I said, I don't know. I'm probably going to be asleep. So no. I'm going to stop by. I'm going to stop by when I get off work. I said, no, you're not. He's like, let me have your phone number. I said, no, I'm not giving you my phone number. I made that mistake before by giving you my phone number after changing it so many times because of you and your stalking and harassments and your fucking predatory nature. I had to change my number 7 or 8 goddamn times. And this time you're not getting my fucking number ever again. I said, no, I'm not giving you my phone number. I have yours, and that's it. I'm not giving you my phone number, period. Now get out of here. And so I will not give him my phone number. Absolutely not. No way in hell is he going to get my phone number. That's for damn sure. And so then he's like, oh, let's go. I want to go to that Indian restaurant tomorrow. I'm going to come over here tomorrow. Let's go to lunch. I said, I don't know, Lewis. I normally like to prepare my own food, and I'm kind of busy. I don't know if I want to do that, but basically, he's just doing this to fuck with my head, to try to get me jealous, to try to get, control my life, control my schedule, everything that he can try to do to just interfere and mock and exploit me and make fun of me and drain my fucking finances in my health and energy. Because you feel so goddamn drained by these vulture-type predator people by the time they just suck your fucking energy away. So it's like, Lewis, I already know what you're about. You're a player. You're a liar. You live a double life. You've lied to me this whole time. What the fuck? You have no respect for me. And quite frankly, I have no respect for you. Now it's over. Now get on with your girlfriend. Good luck at the fucking wedding or with the new baby or whatever the fuck. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Now go. Get out. Leave me alone. But they don't understand. They don't take no for an answer. They think he thinks it's a joke. He's like, oh, now one day you're this and one day you're that. I'm like, maybe it's you. Maybe you're the one who's crazy. Did you ever think about that? And quit projecting it onto me. Because of what they want you to do, these narcissistic control freaks, is to react to everything they do, to every little thing. They're looking for your reaction. That's all it's about. It's about how you're going to react and how they can take the situation to their advantage to make you look like the crazy one when in fact, no, they're the ones orchestrating the whole fucking thing. Why? Because a motherfucker is surveilling me illegally. He knows my schedule. He knows what I do. So, of course, and he's got all these goddamn dumbass flying monkey shit fucking feds stalking me. So obviously I don't trust anybody except myself because all these corrupt police, I guess he's part of some Latin, I believe he's part of or was at some point part of some Latin King gang drug cartel shit that he got initiated to when he was a young, like a teenager when he lived in Chicago or something. I believe he's involved with that. You know, I suspect a lot. I know he's involved with a lot of shit that I don't even want to know, but I know that it's nothing good and it's nothing to benefit for me because a motherfucker is so goddamn greedy and self-absorbed anyway. If you know, he won't spend hardly a fucking penny on me because I'm nothing, you know, he sees me as a cheap, easy person, whereas with all these other goddamn women that he strings along and fornicates and plays with, whatever the fuck, he takes them to these stupid fucking dance clubs and fancy dinners and fancy outfits and handbags and shit like that, alcoholic drinks and probably cocaine fornication orgies all night at goddamn dirty cheap motels. I don't know, but he's a liar. He's a liar. He's corrupt. He's dirty. He's demonically possessed, and he brings all that goddamn shit over to me like I'm supposed to clean house. I don't want your fucking energy here. I don't give a fuck who you're with anymore. I'm just angry because I'm tired of being your goddamn doormat. I wasted so much energy and time with somebody who's just treating me like a joke, like a fucking joke the whole time. Never listens to anything I said, never asked me questions about anything about, no, it's all about him. He doesn't even know, the guy doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself. He's so goddamn, the most arrogant, stuck-up, egotistical man I've ever known in my life. By far. I have met my share, but this guy is so fucking full of himself that it's just a turnoff for me. I feel disgusted by that kind of behavior. It's just disgusting. To me, it's just fucking pathetic and disgusting. In a big turn, he has no God. He plays like he doesn't give a shit about God. He mocks me for believing in God and makes fun of everything I do and acts like he's some kind of a goddamn saint. Good. Be a saint. I don't care. Have women kiss your fucking feet and suck your dick all day. I don't give a shit. I don't care anymore. I couldn't care less. But why are you bothering me? Why are you hoovering me? Why do you keep coming back to me when apparently you've been with some woman for 5 months and you're engaged to the bitch? Or married to her already with a fucking baby, I think. So what do you want from me? What the fuck do you want to ruin my life even more than you already fucking have, asshole? You know, go away. Stay the fuck away, you tainted jerk. He's tainted with poison. He's toxic. And I really sincerely feel that because it's like I can't, he sees me as just somebody he can just punch around like a goddamn punching bag. You know, it's like, what do you have to do? What do I have to do? Hit him in the face or like physically fight with him to get him to, I mean, it's frightening because I'm not a violent person, but he's trying to get me to look like some kind of unhinged, violent psychopath nutcase so that he can tell everybody that, oh, she's crazy. She's obsessed. No, he's the one who's fucking crazy. And I don't know how many other women he's done this to. Because I know that I'm not the only one. He just seems to think that I'm the easiest one to fucking bully around. Because it's funny to him. It's a joke. It's so funny, isn't it? What a fucking bully. A fucking psychopath. Like a fucking demon-possessed fucking savage psychopath. Show some fucking manners. You know, beyond that goddamn fancy, expensive designer suit, you're just a fucking dog who belongs in a goddamn barn, in a fucking barn with animals. That's all. He belongs in a fucking barn with fucking animals. Pigs. He's a pig. It's disgusting behavior. I can't believe that people like that have jobs. I mean, how the fuck is it's amazing how these kinds of psychopaths are the ones that have the jobs, get the money. What the fuck is wrong with this society? You know, what's wrong with society to not see it for what it is? Am I the only one who's gonna talk about this shit because people are so brainwashed and be gaslighted by these motherfuckers? Abusers of women and God knows what else. Sex addicts. It's just gross. Yeah, people like that, people with these addictions, cocaine addictions, and fucking lusty, crusty, fucking STD, fucking herpes, dick, bullshit crap that they go around collect. Like, what's his body count, I wonder? Wow, you know, I don't want to know, but I can imagine he fornicates and has so many goddamn one night stands. It's just gross. It's disgusting. And then they refuse to get an STD test. Why is that? You refuse to get a fucking HIV test? Well, what the fuck are you hiding then? Is there something wrong, I wonder? You know, what's a big deal? I'm just saying, there's clearly, these people are fucking disgusting. They treat people like like everything's a transactional with them. Everything. All they do is, oh, you don't look right. Yeah, I don't want you to pick, nitpick every little thing about me. Good God. So whatever, let him go about gavanting the globe, traveling and fornicating and hooking up with prostitutes and, you know, because he's a fucking sex addict like that. Men like that, stay the fuck away from me. Stay away from me. I don't need any of it at all in my life. None of that bullshit. I just had to talk about that because it's just crazy how it's like such a trap that I'm in, because no one believes me. I can tell anybody and they laugh at me. It's like it's my fault, everything's my fault, when in fact, no, I'm being fucking harassed, basically stalked and blackmailed, and you know, what is he gonna do? Kill? I mean, I don't even know what the fuck this guy is up to, but it's frightening. Because I know that he wants money. He's probably getting paid to fucking kill. He's going to try to probably kill me at some point. Or poison me or some shit like that. Like he already tried to do before.